Hello. Hello. Movie Ahama Kwaba Edeba Cstv News at 24 S. Menaso. Osama Etregu, or my movie, my so Yabuabuan in the way, and I can say so a day ever the summer, and some new, usually Bedimo Akotene and Casa. Some make us say they are listening to the 4 at in Numa was to say Mokraka Yato and Wakahu Ebi. I face to the Ghana Mount Penny Akako Pow, Edumate Baby and Home Entry, Eba Buapai. Na TV 24 at the other 2 in say. Mmofra bɛyɛ sɛ mpem aduosia baako ana ɔmotwerɛ nsɔhwɛ wei ne nsɛm ahodoɔ a nna awie yɛade pene a yɛde ɛreba abɛso no Saris Dream Jewelries, Abisa Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, KS Raffimer School Limited, NAB Apartment Hotel, and our face of Crystal Director Shop. Omonomo so ya sinde wi ya yɛde kaseɛ so ɛde ɛreba abɛso mu ɛde amegye so maame ama bafo a mayenda yɛn ho sima mbra yɛ ba ɛde nkyerɛ mu ankasa no ɛbɛso mu. Meda se na ye behye yensem no asiyedi ni ekwa kokyire mu ewa Ghana mampeni na kache na omampeni John Dramani Mahama inde mekase die amani pa mienu ese wonko wonsi Ghana nemu baako eko Japan baako so eko Ethiopia ese ne be a beboa ama chese wodwumedi a wedi so bekyekire oman no na fesu yesika se so etimi egina so campaign.
Swearing in as ambassadors extraordinary plenipotentiary to Japan and Ethiopia representing our dear Republic Ghana. You have been career diplomats for several years, and so I think you understand your jobs. You're not political appointees who have to go to great lengths to coach on what we expect of you. As you're aware, your ministry has designed key performance indicators that you might follow. The job of ambassadors has changed from just diplomacy and protocol to working in the interests, economic interests of our country abroad. And so for the 2 appointments you're taking up, especially for Japan, we have a very long-standing relationship with Japan. Next year, we're celebrating 70 years of our diplomatic relations with Japan. Aside from that, Japan has a quite strong link with Ghana in terms of the arrival of Dr. Hideo Noguchi on our shores and his death in Ghana. He died in Ghana, and so Japan takes that relationship very seriously. Apart from that, Ghana was the first country they started sending their overseas cooperation volunteers to 50 years ago JOCV volunteers arrived here. So it creates a special relationship. And Japan has, as a result of that relationship, been very benevolent and generous to Ghana over the years in terms of our economic relations. And so you're going to continue that tradition.
Na Ghana Mampeni John Romano Mahama Enkasawiye Etre and Ora Macross Hakabina Akambon and so Etrebo Esa Asudia Mampeni Ade Amane so one call Ethiopia mine no one call Somuno Adeso Besomu ye pa na waye Jumano.
Excellency, it is a ritual you have performed many times, and today the lot has fallen on my colleague Ambassador Designate and myself to be commissioned as your envoys abroad. We are eternally grateful to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, for nominating us, and to you, Excellency, for appointing us to the high office of Ambassador of our beloved Ghana, to our respective countries of accreditation and concurrent accreditation. Kindly be assured, Excellency, that you shall find in us your true and worthy representatives. We commit fully to represent you with honor, dignity, and integrity, and to work assiduously to secure Ghana's core interests as reflected in our Constitution and your reset agenda. The solemn but impressive ceremony which we have just witnessed marks the beginning of our formal admittance into our positions as ambassadors, and we are under no illusion about the onerous responsibilities that await us in our respective countries to be discharged. Excellency, we assume duty at a critical juncture in history where the specter of wars is rising and threatening global security and disrupting economies such as ours. The international rules-based system is under siege. Climate change is impacting livelihoods in ways never before envisaged. A debt crisis afflicting many developing countries. An unjust financial and economic world order that constrains development. Cyber attacks threaten the security and survival of many countries, and rising xenophobia, to mention just a few.
Na yebefro na yedeni etremu ewo in 3 months and yedremu ewo kaswa of Anko say court make us say the adese court no ade nipa insia akwa akogu efiase ni na ne se ewo na nkwambo ne so na wo wiwia nkrofo imma a chese de wo ho aka edremu na mami peni a wo ka wo ho a chese no no wedding fisha no edioson and 974 years adese ono de yama bill Yamano 100,000 Ghana cedis bill 2 shortages so eka.
Drink no ba fe be 5 days me calculate about 5-6 days ni e ma me ba kwa me ba ka kire me ama mo pam no ma to drink ni twene e no se da no mo na kadija no ba no so say ma me no so no we try picture ma me drink nto ana me ni na dancer je ye rush ye na e fro soro my sister na be rented 3rd floor no what ti e fro soro ko bo ni dem no no sa na o de akola no ko mbae yet na plague mu e no mo sesa mata ade e na enti o mo si mami bi opeba oniba e na mi wa ye area ho no wo be back aso a otimi ko fa green estate e de back aso a e de pay round about no akoba de we ko ode no ko fa GPRTU camp side e ko fa aka no trotro camp de no betwem e ko Accra in the estate. And I'm saying to one about you, and Timidiko as into one American than become a police for. Some of my police for Naja, one boy will say she be a fancy standing on the frame of the suspect. To the Amica, I am a catcher on the beside and so on. 8 week time, honestly, get one. But penny dear, ABC and then in who warm. Kitwani there over 10 months, but penny or 5 years, or obedi 6 years this month. Yeba and as some more catcher and answer, almost a matter. Banabako, the nine say, or mundi among Nomdi or Marco Coma obi. But the NSAT information will change them say, Baconodi will command, acquire an say, a copper cop. Na kwasa kokoji akra no esa de na yede akobu fufuro enti ba ne sane yema wo mo so asontie ne ntema
almost some year almost more mukochi warm but still a penny no almost it will be one almost a passing a mob for but on Pakuna pass a more a man no so on the Omonka once in near and say
Ainti we aya awofo no binuma womba eho eka edwem na yebefiri onanweda na ebeto edwa ese ohene Frimpong Kwame ade ese woda posfo kukumu ewo obi man so eno eho sem kaye ebeye bebre na meka se edie kane swafo anase mrashe bedwani de ma adehia wo Asante Akem North andi apia kubi na ode adehre to Ghana fo ni na enim se adwebro asema esi emaye mfa sobo embo mrashe bedwani no ohene Frimpong Kwame.
The fact of the detention, but I can speak to the allegation that is making the rounds. And I also rely on the allegation and say that we are told that there is such an arrest and detention. At this present time, and the international law says that you cannot crucify somebody when you have not heard his side of the story. So he is deemed to be innocent until proven guilty. And that we expect due process to go through, and let us see the results of due process. And at the end of the day, when he is given the opportunity to also establish his case, and a ruling comes thereon, then we can rely on the ruling and say who is guilty and who is not. But for now, let us not be in a hurry to crucify him. And let us also not be in a hurry to accept one side of the evidence and leave the other side. And let us also uphold the tenets of rule of law, and let's also respect fundamental human rights.
Na yabasanya ko Ghana Mampeni John Dramani Mahama na kachi ebio nende obo amanie ese abai no enya sekabotene $300 million every World Bank on na wochebu dia swapon beye se edionu ade se wode nhyehyeye mapa egu akwemu se nebe ya swapon no emu betimi apeja na wochiremu edia swapon ewo anase eda category C senior high schools no Diasa edia yade se omo betremu na se omo bepejemu akọ category B na face no de ewo category B no so obepejemu akọ share category A.
Government has secured a $300 million facility from the World Bank to upgrade 50 senior high schools nationwide under the title Transformative Secondary Education, Transformation for Access, Results and Relevance for Jobs Initiative. And so the acronym is STAR-J, STARR, and then -J. Under this project, 30 Category C senior high schools will be upgraded to Category B. 20 Category B schools will be upgraded to Category A. This strategic investment is not simply about expanding infrastructure. It is fundamentally about promoting equity, improving quality, and widening opportunities for every Ghanaian child. The STAR-J project will also operationalize the community day school concept. New e-blocks are going to be built in urban and peri-urban communities. These are going to be community day schools, but they're going to be built in urban communities where it is easy for the children to commute to school and back. So what this means is that if we get some of the children to go to school within their communities, it will ease the pressure on the boarding schools that are elsewhere. Our objective is clear: to ensure that every teacher is not only well qualified, but also continuously empowered to deliver relevant, high-quality education that prepares our young people not merely for examinations, but for life, work, innovation, and national development.
Na ejuada we ana yenwanu ma wowo into aso suku amohye mo wase sohwe no ase na impenifo wowo CTVET ebo amane ese wona wowo TVET no mofra twese wo ba be kiro sa sohwe yi bi ebebro eye impem eduasa baako.
As a commission, We remain fully committed to ensuring that the 2026 examinations are conducted in a credible, transparent, and fair and secure manner. To safeguard the sanctity of the examinations, CTV has strengthened a number of measures, including enhanced supervision and invigilation systems, intensified and storage of examination materials, orientation programs for examination officials and candidates, and collaboration with national security agencies. Will be the continued use of test serialization across all core subjects and selected elective papers for the 2026 May-June Certificate 2 examinations. The test serialization has been deployed with very positive results so far. Under this system, multiple versions or series of the same examination paper are generated with variations in the same arrangement of questions and answer options while maintaining the same content, structure, difficulty level, and assessment objectives. This approach significantly minimizes opportunities for examination malpractice and discourages dependence on leaked questions, popularly referred to as APO.
Na yeve free adisiamu ensem na yedeni achemu ewa pomode ensem so meka say Ghana mampeni akwa nuclear medicine facility for kra ewo Sweden Ghana Medical Center ewo nkran popone mante no eba abeboa machesa pomode mapanso etime akoso.
Distinguished guests, for far too long, many Ghanaians requiring advanced diagnostic services of this nature have had to travel abroad, often at enormous financial, emotional, and psychological cost to them and their families. Families have had to raise substantial sums of money for overseas medical referrals. Patients have endured delay in diagnosis and treatment because the necessary technology was unavailable locally. Today we make a bold national statement that this facility must not only make it unnecessary for Ghanaians to seek such services abroad, but also make Ghana a hub for specialist medical services in our West African sub-region. So I envision people coming from Cote d'Ivoire, from Nigeria, from Togo, from Burkina Faso, and the AES states to come and seek specialist medical diagnosis here at the SGMC. With this facility now operational, world-class diagnostic services are no longer out of reach. They are available here in Ghana for the benefit of our people. This is how nations build healthcare sovereignty, by deliberately investing in infrastructure, technology, human capital, and institutional partnerships that place citizens at the center of development.
Now, we are hankoni edokron enkron ana tse asoya omo ehwe edwediemu ensemu eyese eye chofi atese okọ ensawemu ekwan no so a nkrofo eton ewo ho ene bayere no omo tremu dia awose omo de eso sansa angwane ewo nkra no de yade na ebre manfo inde meka say Food and Drug Authority FDA benefit enso de eso ato so say mo bibia and to be anase enye bi ewo oman mo sanse de yare nkranko pan na de ebre manfo na ndey ana twese Ghana for so akere wadwen de afa sansem
Chofi mesa nko me betu ye de bia chofi ye ni ma bo kwa mo de enam no so de bia chofi no ma hye ne kala na ye ko ubie ma srade nkoa nti so mo bande a ya de papa because na ma yare sa akumayare ni debe stroke no na di sa de na bante o mo bande o mo bande eri amani
de o kai na matese mo se trophy kunipa de kunipa say more I stress you break too much and no amani pay too much and trophy ayewi ntina amanipa ewu bi amamiyama omo se na mo no na enye ne trophy de habada na tumi komunipa spices na ne mo de che na mo no na ma bia anya mo ni padua no na na mo de bible say awurade ate ho amanipa se yembi enti esida na owe na mo no eko spices bia mo de che na mo no ni ade no na ma ni padua no nya ahode na nya trophy ne ne eko nipa
so mabandi do ade ni bi na nam nti ade oya doctor for say nyedie ade na wo say yegitu mi ni yewe ade nyedie a o so mi free system kwa na o mo for say bi o be say you business e wo business dia na enye so dia o so mu jai o mu jai ni so di o ma bande dia enye
o say nyedie a so o say jai mi am person is anam na kwa me mpe na mo e ton kwa ho sa no me mpe but at times what come out to say money be torre pa this nyame abo ana say doctors for only only dan asie menya we na mbo ya pomoden na yentumi ntana senche
ade rememete say enye sisi no mkazo ma bande ache 1999 atana efina me o say ka be 5 years ana no echi no musaka that means ade a man no so ma bande no say la ma for the ba omo the ba so ase efa omo se ma na ba enye ade obi edifini all the best in them as no dey aba ti omo ya we sa dey no room ti omo say enya on form na si form no mo hwe no omo fa na bi mu
eno ti ebe jina sanwe so na ya da ya hotel ya ba edwede mu sam dia kitchen so ya de beso
the manager of Crystal Jurek Pet Shop. Here, we have varieties of pet foods and accessories. When it comes to dog foods and cat foods, we have everything. We have the 25 kg pellets, the 20 kgs, the 10 kgs. We have Happy Home, High Performance, Dog Chew, Jack Pet Food, GC Puppy and Adults, High Retrieval, Happy Canine. When it comes to the leashes or the collars, we have everything, whether small, medium or large. We have their supplements, their vitamins, fish oils, medicated soaps, and their tablets. We also have the flea and tick sprays, their refreshers, and when it comes to their bowls, we have different types of bowls. Stainless or plastic bowls, medium, large. We have their traveling bags, their bathing tubs, their towels, and all their chains as well. We also do breeding of dogs and cats. Whether you are looking for poodles, puppies, any mixed breed, we have them. Foreign cats too are available. When it comes to their treats, we have the big bones, we have their biscuits, we have their snacks, we have our locations. One is located at East Legon American House, adjacent KB Clay, near Interpol Avenue Street. We also have a branch at Blue Lagoon, Sacramento, opposite the Ghana Poultry Farmers Association, General Anchor Street. You can contact us on 0243 03 2066 or 020 473 8175. At Crystal Jurek, we will always want your pet to smile.
yes, I'm will be a aquababio, that's why area print break as here, Cstv. So, the little mammy, ama, but for a so a demo as na researcher ne din de smart sapon ne din wobo amane ese wo hwe abosome miensa abasen no na chese nyama eko enim pa na wo hwe nyama ya ton ketenketen ewo adwama so no eko enim a chese na yesika sel so ehu akọ atwe kakra
na di ya ye bo ho komo no the friend cost of living send ya yesi send car you go different money different home send you as a first quarter to from January you see a few that say I go see the same person you some call you know to be sa about for listen you know Mako 4,155 and the new Mukasaya who is as a diabetes. Now, Mako 2,135 communities within this 8 regions. The local transable you're doing a film about to them. The film by a living say, none of what a baby and the Mukas to see at the money year or the 2025 no. South for less water. A 300 became more this year or 2 Ababu, a dozen, a 2 and 9. Nothing about. One more, I will say, a mind my day and answer a cost of living, and near my bonnet, if you bring me to Cano, a cost of Arno. Or when you are 9 or 2, and a woman will say, a mind about 28%.
Na sa oko premo ewo etifi atoye mante mu ameka say the World Share Expo 2026 ya de so mo pa ho entuma na no inkuto senia yedua senia ye no ho sekaye so etimi edimu ewo wa mante.
The hosting of the World Share Expo 2026 Ghana here in the Upper West region is both strategic and symbolic. The signals are readiness to reposition the key player in the global share chain value. It is also the Upper West is open for investment, innovation, and partnership. That vision is anchored in the broader national development agenda, inspired by the leadership and commitment to inclusive growth demonstrated at the highest levels of government.
Na yebefre dwedemu ansane de ni atremu ewo obi mai so na French anase France mampeni Emmanuel Macron and they obo amane ese wabra chese dwumede bi ekoso Africa Forward Summit ekoso ewo Kenya ana openi ebo amane ese wani ebibre atoye afem pendifo eba benya kasubom sene beya ababua ama chese eba kania na fesu edwedemu as artificial intelligence AI and also betimi edemo paye na aboa ama ndwuma hodo so etimi abaso wachemu dia ndwuma be se 250,000 ana sese bebu so ewa France mine mu ana fesu ebebre atoye afemu na Poplio nanwada adwada anokopiemu ewa Jordan Royal Institute achese enono onempemfo edi ehyiemu a won kasa wo chebo edia eba Kristosun na feso yenuane muslimi fo na wose wode won anase wode nkabom na empapemu a ekoso ewo hodom no so to ebetwa wose nkabom ehia nti obi afa ne som sa wo ye muslim ni anase wo ye islam ni ana wo ye Kristonia wose muni na mo ye baako esanse yene na nyame baako na chese yesom no na ye kwako diremu ewo agudemu ensem na Ghana U17 head coach Prosper Nate Ogum and they were there atu edra ese akesia eda wonim wane Algeria embanu ebesia akan yawada ewo Rabat no omo aye krado pa ese obesi sa akan na nkunde so etime abaye wo de now wasan ede atu edra say over the senior soccer team Black Stars of Ghana say enchekramone Morocco and so Akesi group D nimuno was say was 24 ade akwan anasa wode nhye mapa egu akwemu na afi so nkunimde so embeye yendia na ye kwakoriye ye kasieni na ewo enigedie mu ensemu na penimpa wada Rafton record ano bullet on ensama to edra wochibu ese every abra ebony eto ananam ewo ensiedo ne papa chese owo no ochim no ewo no ade se ne nyuma ebony aboni nina no wode emufana ohamu chichemu edionum ana chese ede ema papa nenso ekame akoye se papa no unhu niama anase unhu eso emfaso bia
omo interview na gaso na bullet no hie na ye bebe o de bia me kam bia me ye bebe out to the extent say even I gave him 50% of ebony royalties. What? Yeah, you make close to $100,000, about 50, and so on. I will believe in Nigeria because that time you know radio presenters almost time a chair, almost person, almost back from. So I've done a lot. I've done a lot for him, for Ebony. My year a lot. But what you say about Ebony will be what Abu Media has a good level does. Anyone of a person is a man, Papa and I know crying. The first ever concert movie, this can be could you support for numbers of
asene yede ka say eboabo anu na no yede ebesi ewa ha nyume ko we no so ya simbe we yede pini yede ebeso mo sare viewers outside Black National and Black Manufacturing KS Affiliates Limited na apartment hotel na office so Crystal Direct Pressure omo no so ya simbe we ya yede ka say so ede ebeso eno bo ko we video ase ede anu so mo we ama